Hi guys, can you hear me okay? I've been struggling slightly because this was so impulsive that I don't have the right thumbnail or anything. Awesome. Okay, here we go. Mass Effect 1 from the very beginning. Okay. And I play this on keyboard and mouse, so my handling is going to be different than it is in Jedi Fallen Order. I'm a lot more used to it. I'm not sure where to put my phone so I can see chat is the only thing I'm really struggling with right now. Okay. Let's see. Check settings real quick. Graphics. Okay. Dynamic shadows. Frame rate. That all looks good. Calibrations. Brightness. Is the brightness good? Can you guys see both the N and the 7? I'm pointing at the screen as if you guys can see it. Because you're supposed to be able to see a kind of a dark gray N on the left and a very light gray 7 on the right. Okay, looking at it on my phone, the brightness does look good. Awesome. Okay. Sound. Are the sound levels all good? I can twiddle these at any time if you need me to. So let me know if the sound is too loud, too quiet, anything like that. Keybinds. Make sure I have everything. Yep. I always play with a mouse with a scroll wheel because of this game specifically. Okay. Gameplay. Combat difficulty, I go casual. Auto level up off so I can assign my own level points. Level scaling. Originally this game went to level 60. They changed it in Legendary to match the other two games which go to level 30. But I'm playing in classic mode so that it will work better with my XP rescale that will allow me to reach max level in a single playthrough if I'm completionate enough. Oh, Minoc, you're not seeing the 7? That might mean that it's a little too bright, but once we get into the game, because this game, some parts of it are lit like you're at the bottom of a well, especially the character creator. Let's see, squad power usage. I can tell them not to use powers unless I order them, or to only use defensive powers, but I like to have them protect me as much as possible. Subtitles on. We do have an autosave in Legendary Edition. That's good. I will still be saving very often manually. Enable pop-up tutorials, yes, okay. And then the mods I have installed, I'm just going to keep the field of view at default. It's much narrower than a lot of shooters, but I'm used to it at this point. You're a bit colorblind? Okay, start new career. I'm not going to be fiddling around too much with the character creator because I have a face that I always play and I wrote down the code for it in my Google Docs, so I'm just going to be copying that out. But if you guys want to see the character creator a bit, I can kind of click through the options. You've never played this game, but you've heard the story is a lot of fun. It really is. This is one of my favorite. This is the first video game I ever played, and for as flawed as it is, and it is flawed, especially as it gets toward the end, I love it so much. It's so fun. The characters, there's a huge cast. This first game is pretty much about the world building and exploration. The second game is about characters. It has a cast of 12 squad mates you can recruit. And the third game is about plot. It doesn't handle the plot terribly well, but the third game, there was some conflict about how it should go, and nobody was happy. But we still love it so much. The modding community is so passionate. I've never made a mod that I published for other people, but anyway, let's sorry, I'm going to be keeping Jabber up all night, but let's start.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Now, you can play as a default male soldier, default female soldier. This guy is face scanned like Cal Kestis, which was in 2007. It was the biggest, newest technology. He's from a Dutch model named I can't remember his first name. I think possibly Mark, but his voice actor is also named Mark, so I'm not sure. But his last name is Vanderloo. So this face people call Sheplu. I do not play Sheplu. I also do not play Default Jane. I was having trouble deciding on a first name, but so I just put a T at the end, so I played Janet Shepard. Nobody ever uses your first name, so you can name them anything you want. Okay, and I'm going to go with custom female.
Please log in to access your profile.
So we are going to be Janet Shepard. Yeah, exactly.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile.
And this is how we
pre-service history.
And this is how we enter kind of all of our choices. Now, each of these three backstories gives you a different. There's a single little side quest that is unique to each one. This is the only content that that you can't get all three with mods. So if you are a spacer, both your parents were in the Alliance military, your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location more than a few years. Following your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. If you play a spacer Shepard, yeah, Jane T. Shepard, basically. If you play a spacer Shepard, your unique side quest involves helping your mom out with a favor. So I have never played a spacer Shepard all the way through. Let's see. VQ is still stuck at work, but may be able to get in here later. If you are a colonist Shepard, you were born and raised on Mindoir, not Mindor, Mindoir, a small border colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindoir, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted with the military a few years later. If you play a colonist Shepard, you wind up meeting somebody else from Mindoir and having to help them out. And Earthborn, you were an orphan raised on the streets of the great megatropolises covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gangs by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18. So for this one, your unique side quest is that you have somebody from one of the gangs contact you and kind of try to blackmail you a little bit. Everybody who plays these games winds up with a very specific backstory for their Shepard. Or, everybody who gets into the games enough to pretty much play them through. Janet is Earthborn.
Confirm psychological profile.
So for these, they were originally going to have unique quests, but the way it shook out, you can play all 3 of the quests, whatever background you choose. So if you're a sole survivor, this is your basically your war service history. If you're a sole survivor, during your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, which you will learn more about in the course of the mission about it, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived while all those around you fell, and now you alone are left to tell the tale. These 3 choices do kind of affect how NPCs will react to you when they meet you, because you are famous. You are the Commander Shepard. N7 is an elite rank. Excuse me. So that's Sole Survivor. War Hero is early in your military career, you found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite the impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. And Ruthless is, throughout your military career, you have held fast to one basic rule: get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you. But when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. So, you have the option in all 3 of these games. Every dialogue choice, you've got options for basically light side or dark side. They call it Paragon or Renegade, and in the first 2 games you'll always have a third kind of neutral choice as well if you just want to breeze through the dialogue. And the Ruthless background kind of goes best with a Renegade playthrough. I have never done a full Renegade playthrough. I just, I am not somebody who can be mean for 260 hours in a game, which is about how long it usually takes me to run a completionist. Why do all 3 of the careers describe Wedge? Because he is the consummate military man. Anyway, Janet's a war hero.
Confirm military specialization.
Now this affects what powers you get along with your guns and what guns and stuff you can use. In a vanilla playthrough, I would always play Engineer because there are 2 slicing powers or 2 hacking powers. This is not a Star Wars game. It is canonically in the future of Earth, so they use Earth words like hacking. But I usually take an Engineer because having both of those powers is necessary to get all the loot boxes in a vanilla playthrough. But for this playthrough, I have modded it so that any class can get all of the loot boxes. So, as you can see, Engineers, stay put, can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. So they do have to be fairly close in, and they are kind of squishy. So what I am thinking to take for this playthrough is an Infiltrator, because that's your sniper class. But I'll go through the classes real quick. Soldiers, you can use all of the weapon classes, which are assault rifles, sniper rifles, pistols, or shotguns in this game. They add SMGs in the other 2 games, and can work up to using heavy armor. So your soldier is if you want to use all the guns and pretty much nothing but guns. Your engineer is if you want to be a techie and use pretty much just pistols as far as your guns. Your adept is if you have The blue glowy stuff here is the basically magical powers or force powers of this universe. They call it biotics. We will learn much more about it, but if you want to be a full biotic specialist, basically telekinetic specialist, you would go adept. Infiltrator is a sniper who also has some tech competency. Sentinel blends tech and biotics. And the Vanguard kind of blends soldier and biotic competency, so they can carry shotguns. Vanguard in this game is nothing special, but in the other two games, each class gets a unique new superpower. That Vanguard one is Biotic Charge, which allows you to teleport yourself into an enemy head-on and while invulnerable, and basically smack into them, smash them, do a lot of damage there. I like playing Vanguard in multiplayer. In the single-player games, I like to send my squad mates in first, so I don't usually play Vanguard. But for this game, and you can change your class between each game, for this game, I am going to take Janet as an infiltrator. Now these bonus talents, some of them you earn through playing different, getting achievements like use this power on 250 different enemies or whatever. I'm thinking when I was taking Janet as an engineer, I would always take the sniper rifle bonus talent, which you can see I haven't even unlocked for this profile. So I don't really know what to take here. Sorry, I'm having to drink a bunch of water. I haven't talked so much in a day for a long time. I think I'll take medicine. It can be fairly... Let's see... Yeah, that... I think, if I recall correctly, I wish I could see the details on them. If I recall correctly, medicine has... you can attack people with it, and it's also useful for reviving squad mates if they go down.
Facial identification.
Okay. And now... Excuse me. Now I'm going to tab out of chat and type in the name code that it took me several hours to, the face code, excuse me, that it took me several hours to create some, well, many years ago. This would have been back in 2012 that I was first creating Janet's face, so... Let's see. 3D1. Now, do I have to type in the dots? I don't remember. Let's try. .16b. .iie. .w31. .jl6. .6bm. .a8h, and you can see that, you can fiddle with her facial structure, head, eyes, and if you click through those, there's a bunch of sliders inside each one. So if I was creating a face from scratch, we'd be here all night. Where was I? 71B, 16C, 4SB, C6A, 111.1. There we go. And I can right click and kind of make her turn her head. So the backstory that I have for Janet here, she's mixed race. She's from Southeast Asia, and she, you know, as we saw, she was a slum kid who enlisted in the Alliance to get out of poverty, and then saved a bunch of people in a battle that she happened to wind up in. And right now, in the later games, for reasons, I give her shorter hair, but in this one, I give her this nice, basic military sock bun. So, excuse me. Here we go.
Profile reconstruction complete.
Okay. Class infiltrator. Yep. And then we can never change our face, our hair, our class through this whole game.
Identification confirmed.
Settings, I already checked those. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm coughing this much. Okay, and because this is modded, it does actually ask me. Let's see. I'm gonna enable that. Hackable. Sure, I'll enable that. Yeah, that works. Sure, I'll turn on all the unique faces from cut files. Okay. Aw, thank you. And now we are ready to start. Confirm choices and start the game.
Well, what about Shepard? Earthborn, but no record of her family.
Doesn't have one. She was raised on the streets, learned to look out for herself.
She proved herself during the Blitz, held off enemy forces on the ground until reinforcements arrived.
She's the only reason Elysium is still standing.
We can't question her courage.
Humanity needs a hero, and Shepard's the best we've got.
I'll make the call.
This scrolls so fast. They called it the greatest discovery in human history. The civilizations of the galaxy call it. Mass Effect. Nobody calls it that in the game. But the blue glowy space magic is
Terrace Prime relays in range. Initiating transmission sequence. Commander?
is who, Lance Reddick?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Board is green. Approach run has begun.
Anderson is Keith David.
Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1,500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment, so you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. Vectors are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
So we get our first dialogue option. We can agree with Joker, which is the top option is always the Paragon option. The middle option is always kind of neutral, and the bottom option is always the more renegade option. Shepard isn't going to just say exactly what the words say. This is kind of a summary of what she's going to say once I click on it. Who's the Arbiter?
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
Now, sometimes, and I only know this because I've run through... Yeah, Keith David's been in everything. I only know this because I have run through this game choosing every dialogue option for the first, few hours. She pretty much says the same thing whatever I'm going to click here, but I usually go Paragon by default anyway.
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
Captain always sounds like that when he's talking to me.
Can't possibly imagine why.
Okay, so if I hit escape, I get some information. I have my codex. I can click on any of these and have a robot voice read it out. We get kind of a timeline here. We can always come back and read these later. I don't want to keep Jabber up forever. I don't have any primary entries yet, but when I do, it'll default to open there. Do you guys want me to kind of go through the codex entries now, or just or come back to them later if we do a part of this where we have more time? Because we do get, there is some background that never really comes out in dialogue that does come up in the codex entries, but... Okay, so as soon as I gain control of Shepard, one thing I do like to do is put down a hard save. Now this is mod behavior, or possibly Legendary Edition behavior. In classic, in the vanilla classic game, you did not get a save until this point, so you couldn't really roll them back. But I am going to put down a second hard save here anyway, because it's habit. So I only have a few interact options at this point, but...
The captain's waiting for you in the comm room, Commander.
You probably don't want to keep the captain waiting, Commander.
They'll have a lot more to say later.
I told you, I just saw him. He marched by like he was on a mission.
The Spectres are always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged right along with him.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
Okay, so this guy, Navigator Presley, is who we just heard talking.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Now, some of the conversation options in this first part where I'm talking to people are only available during this, and there are codex entries that are missable if I don't take the right options. So I am always going to clean out the left-hand side, which is kind of an investigate more side of things, before I ever choose a right-hand side option, which is progress the conversation.
Sounds like you don't trust Arturian guest.
Sorry, Commander, just having a chat with Adams down in engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
And I can ask these investigation options in any order. I will want to ask all three of them. Right now I'm just going to go top to bottom.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper. Less chance of security leaks, too. Plus, there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
Now here I can only... if I choose a cover or you're wrong, the other one will disappear. I'm going to go with a cover.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, man. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
Every time I read the bit in Solo Command where they talk about Wes building a little fort out of his citations, I think of that line about Captain Anderson's medals.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
And I think I can take both of these options.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, no pressure to chat more, but you guys were, I was a little worried. Yeah, all the Fab Four together could make a fortress. Let's see. So, I went through all three of those. So, now I can kind of shut him down with the Renegade option, or just be very neutral about it, or kind of encourage the way he's thinking a little bit. Doesn't have a huge impact.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
It's basically just characterization. But you see that we did get some codex entries, and we always get a little bit of XP from...
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
So later I'll be able to access these doors, but right now I can't. So I'm going to talk to these two. It doesn't matter which one of them the highlight is on when I click on them. The conversation will go the same way.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
So, I don't know if this is like a joke that either of you guys would recognize, but this young soldier's name is Corporal Leroy Jenkins. And the doctor is Dr. Chakwas, Dr. Karen Chakwas, whose last name is an anagram of hacksaw.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
Do your job, follow my orders, and there won't be any problems.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself in the Blitz. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
It's been so long since I played this game, I don't remember what dialogue options I usually take.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, ma'am. I'm not gonna screw this up.
Okay, so now I get some more investigation options. There's a lot of talking here. The next conversation also will be a lot of talking. After that, we get into a little bit more action.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I hope we get a chance to see him in action. I heard Nihilus took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself.
I cannot say I was paying attention to the accuracy of the salute.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
I think I might be able to take both of these options, but I don't remember for sure. It has been so long.
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. You're a war hero, right? Held off an entire enemy fleet during the Blitz single-handed? That's the kind of talent the Spectres are looking for.
This is all just wild speculation. The Spectres aren't interested in recruiting humans, no matter how capable.
Yeah, I can take both of these. They're not really... Like, you can tell how the writing is a little bit choppy because they have to be able to fit the dialogue options together in any order, but I think they did pretty well.
How do you control agents with unlimited power?
I suppose the Council could revoke the Spectre status of an agent who got out of hand. At that point, Citadel Security Services would take over.
Those C-Sec grunts wouldn't stand a chance. The Spectres were 20 ordinary soldiers. The Spectres police themselves. An agent goes rogue, they send another agent to take him down. That's Spectre justice.
The Corporal's confusing romantic legends with reality, Commander.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
Okay, so we did all the dialogue there.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
And from that conversation, we got XP, codex entries, and a couple of Paragon points. Just a couple. Okay, that salute was pretty solid. Hi, Nihilus. I'm gonna put down a hard save before I talk to you.
Commander Shepard. I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
The captain said he'd meet me here.
He's on his way. I'm interested in this world we're going to. Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it, really?
I'm going to take the renegade response here because I think it's funny.
Are you trying to scare me, Spectre?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I already figured that out.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir?
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
And if I don't take the Prothean dialogue option here, I miss out on the entire codex entry about Protheans, which is an important part of the lore, and I can never get it again. So this is the kind of stuff I'm always juggling to make sure I get kind of 100% here, although there's no official 100% counter.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
You humans don't have the best reputation. Some species see you as selfish, too unpredictable, too independent, even dangerous.
Sharing that beacon will improve relations with the Council. Plus, we need their scientific expertise. They know more about the Protheans than we do.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
You held off an enemy assault during the Blitz single-handed. You showed not only courage, but also incredible skill. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
All of this is going to be highly relevant later, but it does kind of start out info dumpy.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology, even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
Okay, so this line cracks me up because we spend Game 2 in the Terminus systems, and it is not nearly as cohesive as this is going to make it sound.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
Yeah, exposition is difficult.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
And then I can say either he can count on us or can we trust him.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck.
We are approaching drop point 2.
Here we go.
Ship perimeter secure, Commander.
Okay, we got our autosave. I'm going to put down a hard save anyway. And now let's look at our new options. We have a map. We are here. You can see it's a fairly linear path. We do want to explore every one of these little nooks and crannies because there's usually stuff in there. We can look at our squad. We have some level up points to start. We have Janet, Caden, and Richard L. Jenkins. Richard Leroy Jenkins. So let's start with Janet. And for Janet, I do start with points in both of the hacking skills, electronics and decryption. I'm not really going to put any more points in there. I have 3 points, and what I'm going to spec into first. Why do all the evil options sound reasonably cautious? Well, it's early. They're not always evil options. Sometimes they're just more badass. Sometimes they're kind of racist against aliens. And as the stakes get higher, the renegade options can get more drastic. But for now, I have 3 level up points, and I'm going to level these charm and intimidate options. These are my persuasion options. I'll get more as I progress the game, more slots for them. But they're going to open up dialogue options I could not otherwise take, and often those dialogue options are either the only way to resolve a situation or just really fucking funny. So I'm going to actually start by putting all 3 of my points into Intimidate, because there are going to be some Intimidate options toward the end of this level that amuse the hell out of me. For Caden here, he is a Sentinel, as you can see. That's one of the classes. You're going to have so much issues picking dialogue? Yes. As long as you make sure to clear out all of the investigate dialogue, it's hard to screw up for a while on the actual progression dialogue, but you'll kind of see how I handle it. But Caden here is a Sentinel. He has both tech and biotic powers. You can see he starts with a point in decryption, which lets him use the sabotage power, and a point in throw, which lets him use the biotic throw power, basically force yeet. He only has 2 points. He levels up about half as fast as I do. But what he also has is first aid. So I am actually going to put both of his points into first aid so that when my party members get damaged, I can heal them. And then for Jenkins, he is a soldier class, as you can see. Remember when you played Knights of the Old Republic? The evil options were so much cooler, but you also felt being mean. That is very much the BioWare experience. So, yeah, Knights of the Old Republic, Dragon Age, Mass Effect, yeah. The Paragon options can be a little bit uptight at times. The Renegade options, it's hard to know without reading a guide whether you're going to say something, just cool and badass, or really mean and feel bad about it. But, let's see. We can go ahead and put your soldier class squad mates are going to be outputting a lot of your ranged damage, because they can carry heavier weapons. So there's that. We can also see our journal. Right now we only have 1 mission, find the beast. It wants us to make our way to the excavation site, which we could see on our map. And then we have some more, you can see under
50,000 years ago, the Protheans were the only spacefaring species in the galaxy.
Right, I could let that voice read out every one of the codex entries, but I'm not going to do that tonight. But anyway, let's put down another hard save now that we have everybody leveled. And if I hold left shift, I get my my tactics HUD. I can see both my squad mates at the bottom. The blue is shields, the red is health. I can see that I'm holding a pistol. Once we get into combat, I'll have kind of some more management options. But I'm going to show you if you want to look at the lower left of the screen, if I start firing my pistol, instead of ammo, I'm doing this heat buildup in my weapon, and if it gets to maximum, I can't fire until it drops down again and cools down. So that's kind of instead of my ammo management option for this. So I'm going to talk to both of them briefly. They'll have little comments in various areas. These are non-aggressive mobs that I can use to test my aiming. No, I was trying to put my gun away. It's been a while. So you can see this little dead end here. Mass Effect 1 wants you to explore every little dead end like this because there's often stuff in there. It's an overheating system. You've worked with those before? Yeah. Okay, and then if we hit I for our inventory screen, I don't know what it is on console. I have only played this game on keyboard and mouse. We can see that we just picked up... Oh, what did we pick up anyway? Well, we picked up something. I will find it eventually. So we'll slosh through this swamp some more. Shoot some gas bags just to make sure I have my aiming. You can hear that they also kind of do dialogue lines when we hit various cutscene triggers. So we're headed this way. I can place a marker on my map to... Why do the gas bags look like the Flood from Halo? I don't know Halo, but I think, wasn't Halo originally around this same time? Because this game is from 2007, so it might have just been the style at the time. I don't know. Now, this Legendary Edition is, you know, obviously the visuals are not from 2007, so I get a little bit turned around because everything is so much more detailed, and it's not on that, like, PS1 low quality kind of. Okay, now we're in combat. I'm holding left shift, which is my pause while in combat button. I'm going to, you can see I can right click and drag to move my targeting reticle around. Jenkins is dead. Kaidan is still alive and carrying a pistol. And I can tell Kaidan to use his powers, which are Sabotage and Throw. I can use my powers, which are Sabotage and Overload. Excuse me. Halo came out in 2001, so yeah, this would be very much, hey, this looks like stuff because it's Halo. So, let's see, if I move a little closer, there we go. Now I have the little red outline and I can see this enemy's name at the top of the screen along with its health and shields. And these robots are very weak to electronic powers, our tech powers. So I'm just going to throw a sabotage at them. You can see where I clicked that, the red triangle appeared to show that that power is going to fire and hit that enemy. Shift, everything fires at once. So I can use sabotage from Kaidan and I can use overload from myself. Now you can see that my sabotage is on a cooldown, so I can't use it again immediately. But both of those fire, and that is the 3 Geth recon drones.
Rip right through his shields. We're at a chance.
Yeah, I was trying to pretend Jenkins wasn't gonna die. He goes down immediately. Sorry, that's not nice.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
Okay, and then we have the journal kind of expands. Jenkins is dead, but you have to press onto the dig site. Wrong button. Let's see, and then hit escape. And now I can kind of see that my squad has a blank slot. I can also see that I leveled up. I hit level 2 from killing those Geth, and I got 3 more points, so I'm going to pop those into charm so I have more options. And then I'm going to save. I get 1,000 save slots in this game. The other games are not so generous, but in this one I can create a new save pretty much every time I turn around and be fine.
Eden Prime will never be the same again.
Okay, and then we can head up here. Metagel is needed to use injured squad members. Omnigel can be used to bypass decryption and electronics challenges, although I'm not going to need as much because I have a mod on that I don't have to use it to hack containers. I can just open the containers. Okay, so it wants me to press V to use Metagel to heal Kaidan, who sometimes loses some health in that battle. Now this cover mechanic is not very popular. You don't have a take cover button, you just walk to the cover and kind of magnet to it, and it can be fairly glitchy. But let's see, so let's hit that guy with sabotage. There's one. That guy with overload. You can see that I don't even really bother shooting that much, although I can.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
This is a little finicky for me because these trees used to be just straight up PS1, kind of no texturing, so I knew where I was a little bit more. Right now I'm a little bit turned around because the trees are different. Okay, so I can use, like, if I hit Q, Kaidan will go and stand where I was aiming when I hit Q. If I want him back, I can hit C for come back. Skywalker Saga has cover? Wow. Complete Saga does not have any cover. Man, my reflexes are just, I hear a bullet, I hit left shift instantly. Let's try that. And we can see in my lower right how there's a little red triangle on the screen. That tells me there's still one active enemy. I have never played Gears of War. I'm not sure I remember what it is. So I can see that the active enemy is highlighted right there. So let me toss a sabotage at him. Achievement earned, sabotage specialist already. I don't think I can view my achievements from within the game. I have to be in the main menu. But, now this little kind of broken fence area, because I've played this game so many times, I know that that's actually a cutscene trigger, so before I go there, I'm going to loop over here and pick up an extra Metagel. And now I will come back, I will put down another hard save, and let's go. Okay, so I can pause, kind of look around. I can see that soldier down there, and if we head a little closer, we can help her out against these enemies. So let's get in some cover. Let's grab our tech powers. You can see that the Geth troopers are a little tougher than the recon drones. They don't go down in one hit to the tech powers.
Thanks for your help, Commander. I didn't think I was going to make it.
Okay, so if I try to walk away, she will just kind of pull me into a cutscene with her. So here we go.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, ma'am?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
And then you can either try to kind of cheer her up, or you can scold her about it. If you want to romance her, you want to take the more positive options.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, ma'am. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
Now, it acts like you can say join us or stay here, but she will come with us either way.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, ma'am. It's time for payback.
I love Ash. So I can ask her a bunch of questions here, and I will go ahead and do that.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Now, the last time I played this game was before the whole kind of generative AI stink got big, and so I am fascinated to see how this storyline holds up with, like, the handling of AI in the galaxy.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
So this and the scientists, I already took it on the previous conversation option. I could take it again. It wants to make sure that I kind of get that.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Okay, so I've cleaned out all of those options.
Move out!
Okie doke. And now I learn that when I pick up a new squad member and I'm already at level 2, she gets all of the points up till then. So for Ashley, I am going to put 3 points into assault rifles because she is going to be one of my main sources of damage throughout the game. I usually take... To the final battle, Ashley is usually one of the 2 characters I take because she's the tank. She's a badass. There's because you were originally supposed to be able to romance both Ashley and Kaidan. There's a certain amount of division between the between parts of the community as far as which character they like better. A lot of people like Kaidan better because Ashley, she starts out kind of somewhat racist against aliens. She does kind of have an arc throughout the trilogy, but a lot of people judge her for that. And then, of course, she's just kind of a, she's this tough soldier, and she's, kind of not really as girly as a lot of the gamer bros in 2007 would have wanted a, a female soldier to be. So let's see, where do I put her other point? Let's see. I'm going to start speccing into Ash's combat armor because I want her to be able to equip heavy armor pretty soon, or as soon as I can get her there. And then Kaidan, I didn't level up. I'm going to improve Kaidan's throw because biotics are very powerful. This throw is going to be really helpful for keeping melee enemies from getting close to me. Yeah, ship war's got a ship war. Okay. And you can see here my Paragon and Renegade meters. I have a Paragon, it's kind of filled up a little notch. The Renegade I haven't really taken any yet. Now, one mod that I'm using that I did not recommend to Jabber is that it's actually going to, calculate certain things based off of my full, based off of both my Paragon and Renegade scores rather than just one. And it's also going to use my total Charm and Intimidate for certain things. But that's not something I'd recommend for a first playthrough. Yep, the woman is the less popular option. Surprise, surprise. We're going to meet one more possible romance candidate later on in this game, and then in the next game, I believe 2 of the other squad mates we pick up in this game will become romanceable in the next game. Yeah, I love Ashley. So let's go ahead and put down one more hard save. The first time that I played these games was on a computer so underpowered that in order to be able to load them at all, and I'm talking the original versions, not these, I had to learn to go into services.msc and turn off things like the print spooler. Anything that was taking up background background CPU at all. So now I get a couple of types of ammo. I'm going to, because you have to equip, in the later games they're more streamlined. You get one type of ammo and you can equip it to everybody. In these games you have to pick up, it's much more D&D. You have to kind of pick up a single item for every instance that you want to use it. And then this crate always contains the Scorpion light armor for humans, and that is the best armor that we can get in the game early on. So I am going to check my armor. I am currently wearing the Onyx 1 armor, which is the basic. Me and Caden are both wearing it, and you can see how the Scorpion has, close to double the protection on every standard, so I'm just going to pop that on. Now, because I'm an infiltrator, I think I can train to wear medium armor later, which I am not actually used to. The Scorpion, the engineer can only wear light armor, so I'm really used to wearing the Scorpion armor for the entire game and just upgrading the quality. But there we go. And let me check Ash. You can see Ash is wearing this pink armor, the Phoenix armor, and as we get better armor, we'll find that the Phoenix armor is not always great, but it's still better than the Onyx armor. So I'm going to leave her in her Phoenix armor. Okay. And then let's save again. So anyway, when I was playing the game on such an underclocked computer, it would crash like every time there was a lens flare, essentially. So I got in the habit of saving every time I pretty much blink. Okay, map. So the map markers do not clear automatically. You have to go in and clear them and place new ones if you want. I think for now I'm not too lost, so... And we're seeing these corpses on spikes, which are going to become kind of a big deal. Now it's teaching me to take cover by moving up to the rock with my weapon drawn. And I can scope out, aim, fire, and then I can go to a low object and I'll automatically crouch. And now I can see these guys on the radar as well. Now it wants to teach me how to throw a grenade. I honestly don't remember whether grenades are any good in this game. So, but I will throw one and detonate it. I think Caden took that guy out. I don't think my grenade had anything to do with it. And then it's teaching me to run and melee attack. So, you're going to be so bad at remembering to save. Well, this Legendary Edition does have an autosave, so there is that. But, yeah, it's a habit that you will eventually develop or not. So, I will run and punch this guy because it wants me to. Melee isn't usually that good in this game. I usually just shoot. It's not really worth... You can see how low my shields got there for a second. Okay, dig site, investigate. I will actually...
Hailing victims instead of just shooting them. There must be some reason behind it.
Classic psychological warfare. They're using terror as a weapon.
it's good to talk to your squad mates in each new area because they will have those little bits of dialogue that kinda...
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Ash wants to make very sure that I know where to go next.
Shepard, there's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
And this is some random guns. I don't think any of them are really any better than what I've got, so I'll just take them. I don't remember if I have the mod installed that I recommended you, Jabber, about removing my cap of 300 items that I can carry, so we'll find out about that sooner rather than later. Now there is, or used to be, let me actually check my keybinds, because in Classic at any rate, there used to be a quick save button. Let's see. Yeah, quick save, you can hit F5 or you can rebind it. I used to rebind it to tilde, so let's see if that, no, that still opens the console, which is how you hack the game, which is not what I was looking to do, but let's rebind that back to F5. Okay. Even though this laptop needs needs you to press a function button to use any of the F buttons, but I don't really use quick save anyway. I just manual save. I don't know why tilde opens the console. I had thought I had accidentally hacked that somehow, but I guess it's just a thing. And you can see that at these low levels, we're leveling up pretty fast. It will slow down, but right now I have 3 points and I'm full on Charm and Intimidate. So let's see. If I use Medicine, I actually get a power that will damage an organic enemy. Excuse me. Let's see. Pistols, tactical armor. Let me actually see. Yeah, I could run up, I could try to spec toward medium armor. I think, let's see. Honestly, I'm going to hang on to those points for a minute. I'm not really sure what I want to do with this build. For Kaidan, I'm definitely going to make sure his throw is maxed and first aid is as high as I can get it. And for Ash, yeah, I think I'm going to work toward heavy armor and then start getting her the health regeneration. Okay, and save. And now we head up this path.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up.
Thank you, Kaidan. And cutscene trigger.
Oh god, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
These guys are so hard to hit. And in Mass Effect 1, they have an electrical melee attack that can stun lock us if they get close. So I just overheated my gun, But this is why I spec'd into Caden's throw. Because he can back these guys off of us real fast. And now behind the spikes, there's actually an upgrade kit. Get some more low-level guns. Anytime your companions say "ha," there's a dialogue line, so you need to talk to them.
Now we know what those spikes are for. Turning our own dead against us.
It must take a few hours for the spikes to turn people into husks.
So Ash has named these enemies. They are husks, and we're going to meet a lot more of them. Up there is the where to progress the story, but first we're going to clear out both of these bunkers. Now this is a little spoilery because it tells us we're going to get Turian armor, but not too spoilery. We already have some heavy armor. That is nice. And then here we just got a grenade refill and some Omnigel. We'll find out. Omnigel, since I have modded it so that we don't use it for hacking boxes, Omnigel is mainly going to be useful for repairing our tank, our ground vehicle.
That door, it's closed. Security lock's engaged.
So this is going to teach us how to hack. Right, that's just telling me I didn't spec into myself. This is going to teach us how to hack a door. By habit, I put down a save before I do it because in the base game, if you fail the minigame the first time, or I say base game, in the vanilla game, if you fail the hack the first time, you get locked out. But I have a mod where it just lets me bypass it without spending Omnigel. Okay, now it's telling me that I might have to have the right level of decryption and electronics. I have a mod to turn that setting off. But I'm going to do this, or at least try this minigame the first time so that you can kind of see how the hacking minigame goes and decide whether you want to skip it when you play. So normally this would say override using 25 Omnigel, but because I have a mod it says 0, but I will begin manual override so you can see the minigame. If I bump any of those, see, I get sent back to the beginning and the timer's gonna start running out. Yep, that usually happens to me. So I'm just going to override it using my mod. And now I can open it. And in here is a cutscene and some more dialogue.
Humans, thank the Maker.
Hurry, close the door before they come back.
Don't worry, we'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
I have a theory about what's going on with Manuel, but it won't make sense until a lot later into the game.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the Destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack. That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry. Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Okay, this renegade option is mean, but funny enough that I usually take it, and it does also give you 9 renegade points.
Say goodnight, Manuel.
You cannot silence the truth. My voice must be heard.
Oh my God! What did you do?
That might have been a little extreme, Commander.
You can't just go around whacking people in the head.
So if I stay with the renegade option, I'm like, he was annoying me, but I usually go Paragon after this.
It was only a matter of time till he did something crazy and dangerous.
I suppose you're right. By the time he wakes up, the meds will have kicked in.
And then it is possible if you're less patient on a replay or something, it's totally possible to take the option about the assistant first and knock Manuel out right away, and then just get Dr. Warren's part of the dialogue here. But I wanted to get you guys Manuel's dialogue as well, because it is actually foreshadowing.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
Good luck, Commander.
Okay. Now, there's nothing in here that we can actually grab, so I will head back on out. Go ahead and put down another save just from habit. Get his ass. Yep. And cutscene trigger.
Saren.
So we can see that there was another Turian here.
Nihilus. This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
And that's why the Turian armor was spoilery, because it's not for Nihilus.
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
And now we have some combat. And let me actually equip my sniper rifle. There we go. Okay, where? Caden, you mind? I am going to go back to my pistol because it's faster. Okay. And I think I got all the geth with that snipe on the exploding object. Okay, so over here we can grab a little more loot. More human heavy armor. Yep, look at the size of that thing. And then over here, another crate. And then, before I hit this door control, I am going to first check my levels, okay, and then put down another hard save because this is another conversation coming up. Okay, easy decryption. And I'm not going to bother with the Frogger minigame anymore.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out. We're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
You're okay now. Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our lives.
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
It showed up right before the attack. Knew it was trouble the second I saw it, so we made a break for the sheds.
You can tell this is from a Canadian studio because a non-zero number of the NPCs just randomly have French accents.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
Okay, we've cleared all the dialogue options.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
And this conversation is why I spec'd into Intimidate, this and the next one. So I'm gonna go a little bit renegade now.
If there's something you're not telling me...
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring, nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
You greedy bastard. You weren't running for your life. You were running to check on your merchandise.
No, it's not like that. I just knew there were some packages here, something we could use. I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
I'm only gonna ask this once. Think long and hard before you lie to me again. Are you sure all you've got is one lousy pistol?
No, wait. I just remembered. I just had it in my pocket. Might as well take that too. That's everything, really.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
So these red and blue options, these are the Charm and Intimidate, and if I don't have enough spec'd into these, those options will be grayed out and I can't choose them. And in Mass Effect 1, they tend to be kind of win buttons, and often really funny lines as well, so I always want to make sure I have enough spec'd into those before I enter a conversation.
Would you rather be a snitch or a corpse?
Love that line.
Snape's Powell.
No honor among thieves.
That's all I know, really. So let's try to keep things friendly from here on in, okay?
I have to go.
Get his ass. And then Now this pistol that he gave me, even though I called it lousy, it is the best pistol I'm going to have at this level, so I'm definitely going to equip that too. And this combat sensor he gave me, if I don't equip that, in the next area, the Geth are going to jam my HUD and I won't be able to see their little red triangles on the map, but if I equip this, I can still see them. So he actually gave me some really good stuff because I spec'd into those options. I mean, you get the Stinger regardless, but I wouldn't have the combat sensor if I hadn't had the specs to persuade it out of him, either with Charm or Intimidate. So there we go, and then let's see. Yeah, neither of those ammo options sounds good. But, and then I can go in here, and there's actually a locker to get even more gear here. So, there we go. So you can see I'm already getting quite a bit of gear pickups. Okay. And then down here, I don't think, yeah, down here there's nothing, but now the longest distance kind of interact prompt is Nihlus' corpse, but I'm not going to touch him yet because that's how I progress to the next next cutscene. So first I'm going to grab some shit over here. This upgrade kit, the fire can kill me real quick if I get too close, but I can, if I'm careful, I can just yoink it from the edge of its interact range. I think that's, yeah, all the options, all the pickup options here. So let's put down one more save point.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
Sneaking up on us like that nearly got you killed.
I am sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
I need to know how Nihlus died.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
We were told a Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform. Probably where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
The subtitles are kind of spoilery because they tell us that this is Powell.
You're Cole's contact here on the docks for the smuggling ring.
What? No! I mean, what does it matter now? So I'm a smuggler, who cares? My supervisor's dead, the entire crew's dead. Doesn't matter now, does it?
Anything hidden nearby that we could use against the Geth?
A shipment of grenades came through last week. Nobody notices if a few small pieces go missing from the military orders.
You greedy son of a bitch! We're out here trying to protect your sorry ass, and all you can think about is how you can rip us off?
I never thought you'd actually need those grenades. Who'd want to attack Eden Prime? We're just a bunch of farmers. How was I supposed to know?
Hand over those grenades. Now.
They're yours. Take them. My smuggling days are over, I swear.
You may notice that I'm like pretty much never taking the middle neutral option, because either it's the same as one of the top or bottom options, or it's just more boring. Now, I don't think I did any of his investigate options. I should probably do that, but I'm trying to remember which of these persuade options I liked better. I think I usually take Renegade through this whole bit.
Too many people died here for you to start jerking me around.
Okay, all right. There was something else. Could be worth a fortune. Experimental technology, top of the line. Take it. I don't need it. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. Really, I'm sorry.
Okay, so I can still do the investigate options. Excellent.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute the ship was descending, the next, those Geth were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
If you hadn't snuck off for that nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to think about it.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
And because I used that persuade option on him, I get this high explosive grenade upgrade, which will affect all of my grenades if I have it equipped. I never really use grenades in this game, I'm just not in the habit, but I will go ahead and equip the upgrade just to have it handy. And then we can hear that we are in combat, and I am going to go ahead and send Ash and Kaidan if I can. Right, I have to pull my gun in order to get into cover. The grenades in this first game move really differently from the ones in the third game that I'm much more used to, so I'm not really used to throwing them here. Okay, so we got those two. There's some more down a little ways.
Take out those hostiles.
There should be some down this ramp. A little further along. Yeah, it's teaching me to use the power wheel. I am aware. Okay, let's get into cover. And then I can hop up and hit that plasma cell, and that will damage the enemies. Now this asshat's dangerous if he gets close to me. Geth Destroyer. He is a very dangerous enemy if he was to reach me. Okay, now the squad-mate AI in these games is not very smart. So Kaidan and Ashley can tell that there are Geth further down the train, but they don't really know what to do about them. So there's no more item pickups in the train station. Okay, I think Ash and Caden may have killed all the enemies. No, there's another one on my HUD. Another couple. Yeah, this, honestly, let me kill these two enemies and then we'll wrap stream. There'll be another. We're not quite done with the tutorial, but I can save anywhere. It's not like I have to get to a bonfire. So once I can save anywhere as long as there's not enemies alive, as long as I'm not in combat. So once I kill these guys, I'll just save and we'll wrap stream. Okay, come along. No, that's not the button I meant to hit. Okay, there's one more alive. I don't have armor-piercing ammo yet. So. Night, Minoc. Jabber, do you still want to stay up to the end of the, Do you want to stay up to the end of the tutorial, or would you like to wrap it up now, Jabber? Let's see, I know I saw the medical kit. There we are. There is one med kit on this train, and that's the last pickup before we hit the, you can see it approaching on the mini-map, the exclamation point that means there's plot over there. So once I hit the train controls, it'll take me to the next area. So, and then if I hit equipment there, I get some things that were just dropped during the fight. So, let's see. Yeah, we leveled up again. I'm gonna save. Yeah, so let me know, Jabber, because once I hit the train controls, we get put into a timed combat section, actually. So, you know, I can go either way, but if I want to wrap up stream, it's either now or after the end of the tutorial level, which is a little ways down the line. I think I've been streaming for a couple of hours now, so it might... I did not expect this level to take this long, I will be honest. So it's your call, I guess, if you're still listening. Jabber, you still there? Well, I'm going to go ahead and do a little more leveling. If I don't hear from you in the next minute or two, I think I'm going to assume you fell asleep or left as well and just wrap up stream. But let's see. So, Caden, we can get some more throw, some more first aid. Ashley, we can get some more rifle damage and some more combat armor going on. And then for Janet... Honestly, I might as well spec into pistols and unlock my sniper rifle damage. Okay, Jabber, if you're still there, I'm not seeing any messages from you, so I am gonna hit save and just pack up. We can finish the tutorial next time. Thanks for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. Thank you very much, and y'all have a good night.